Hey, hey. Welcome everybody to Miss Glow's Kitchen, where there's sugar, spice, and everything nice, where we slice, dice, and entice, using everything we can, from peppers to allspice. What's up, my people? Y'all know what time it is? See y'all in the kitchen. Brussels sprouts are on the menu today. Here's what we need to make them. We're going to need Brussels sprouts, onions, bacon, garlic, and salt. You can use crushed red pepper. You can put any other types of seasonings that you want to put in here. And don't let it deter you from when we were kids and they always say Brussels sprouts are nasty. These are absolutely fantastic. They are not only good for us, they taste good. You see, they look like little heads of cabbage. You got to try them. If you haven't had them before, then try them. And if you've had them before and they were nasty, redo them, follow this recipe, try them again. Simple vegetable, simple recipe, but very good. All right, now, so you're going to peel the ugly outsides off. So you're going to cut that bottom part of it off that looks kind of a little bit dirty. You're going to cut that off. And you're going to peel these leaves off until you get to a nice, clean little head there. All right? So I'm going to put them in a bowl over here. But what we are going to do is we're going to switch them over from this bowl. I'm going to put them in the sink and wash them. So I'm going to wash them off camera, but I do want to stress that, yes, indeed, you want to make sure you start cooking with a clean Brussels sprout. All right? Easy enough. I'm going to do one more, and then we're going to jump ahead. All right? So look at that. Looks a little dirty, right? Look at that little end right there. So cut the little dirty part off. But don't cut too much off, because if you do, then it'll fall apart. You want to do that. So you want it to fall apart while it's cooking. So you want it to hold its shape. All right. So once again, you're going to peel the unsightly leaves off. And if they are too big, bigger than the ones. See, this one's a little bigger than the ones I have in the bowl. So I cut this one in half, because you do want them to cook around the same time. And if you have some big, some small, then you're going to have some overcooked, and the other ones are going to be cooked perfectly. So you don't want to do that. All right, so let's jump ahead now. So let's cut and peel the onion. So I'm going to cut both of the sides off. I'm going to cut this in half, the usual way I cut an onion. No particular way. If you want to do rings in here, you can. You want to chop it, you want a little bigger pieces, that's fine. If you want to dice it, fine. I don't recommend that you mince it, but cut it any way you want. Remember, your kitchen, your rules. All right, if you haven't hit that like, that subscribe button, please do so now. Hit that like, that subscribe, and that bell for notifications. All right, so we're going to get into slicing the onion now. So I've decided to slice mine. You can chop, dice, whichever one you want to do, as I said before. So I'm going to do a quick slice with them. Then we're going to move on. And so it will depend on how many Brussels sprouts you have. So if you have a whole big pan of them, then obviously you're going to chop up more onions than I'm doing here. But I've got that really small bag of them, so I'm doing a really small dish of them. All right, so once we're going to go to garlic. So if you've got that fresh garlic, you know you've got that whole bulb of it, then you're going to take some of the cloves off it. What you're going to do now is we're going to peel them. So you're going to take that knife, you're going to put it on the side, you're going to hit it real hard like I just did. And so you're going to get it out like that. Now once again, you're going to hit it hard. You're going to hit it really hard, be very careful. And once you do that, then you're going to cut those little dry ends off. They look really dry, but you're going to cut those off. You're not going to put those in the food. And so after you cut them off, you can once again do like we did the onion. You can slice it, you can dice it, you can mince it, you can turn it into a paste. You can do whatever you want to do with this garlic, just so long as you get the flavor of in your food. And again, if you have a food processor, toss it in there, probably even quicker. But if you watch my channel, you know that I like to use my knife and chop everything up myself. I don't care for food processors at all, but that is a personal preference and no particular reason why. But all right, so I'm going to get this chopped up, and then we're going to move on to the next step. I'm going to do 2 slices of bacon now. So again, it's going to be up to you. You can cut your bacon as big or as small as you like. So it depends. If you want to eat your Brussels sprouts with bigger pieces of bacon, that's probably going to be really good too. Now that I'm thinking about it, but all right. I always sort of dice mine, so. All right, so we're gonna get this cut up and move on to the next step. All right, so I'm gonna heat a medium pan on the stove. I'm gonna get our bacon put in that pan. All right, so this is gonna be a rather quick process. Now, the only way that it won't be is if you have Brussels sprouts that are a little bit bigger and you didn't cut them in half, because they've got to cook all the way through. So if you want them whole and bigger, then obviously you're going to have to wait. You're going to have to put a top on it. You're going to have to really let it cook down. It's not going to be hours or anything like that because these cook fairly quickly. They really do. So, all right. So we're going to jump to the end of the bacon cooking, and then we're going to put the Brussels sprouts and the seasonings in. Watch this. Once we do that, we're going to take the bacon out of the pan. So you make the bacon as crispy as you like. I like mine super crispy. We're going to take it out of the pan. We're going to leave the bacon grease in there. So the fat that we rendered from that bacon, we're absolutely going to use it. So we're going to put our Brussels sprouts right in that pan. So you can see the pan is still hot. You can see the grease is already cooking those Brussels sprouts. So in goes our onions. I'm going to let this cook down. So you can already smell it, but you want to make sure, that you stir it around because you don't want to get those little dark spots on the bottom of your Brussels sprouts. So you want to be careful that you stir them around, but you're going to pack as much flavor as you can into these. And that's been the problem over the years with Brussels sprouts. The reason why people generally don't like them is because they're not very well seasoned. It's not that they're a nasty vegetable. You've just got to pack that flavor into it as much as you can. So you've got to heavily season these. You don't want to over-salt them, but you've got to make sure that you've got flavor on all levels. So you've got salt, then you've got some other flavor. So we've got that onion cooking in there. We've got that garlic. So we got the crushed red pepper flakes put in here just for a little spice in it. You see what I'm saying? So we're going to put some onion powder, some garlic powder, even though we have fresh onions and garlic, and then we're still going to use the dried ones. All right, black pepper. So you get your flavor on in here, and trust me, you'll like these. These are very, very good. They're delicious. Now I thought over the years I didn't care for them too much either, but just decided let me try these again and see if I can do them myself, and then try and impart into them as much flavor as I can to bring out the flavor of the Brussels sprouts, but just to add to it as well. So that's what you're looking for with any food, to me, I think, is you're going to bring out the best flavor that you can, no matter what flavor profile you decide to go with. Okay, so now you can turn the heat down on these and put a top on it. And that will get the inside of them to cook a little quicker. All right. I'm going to jump ahead a couple minutes after we fried these. I'm going to put some more bacon fat in here. So I'm going to put some more bacon fat. Then I'm going to put the fresh garlic in here. Watch this garlic. You don't want it to burn. If it burns, it's going to ruin your dish, and there's no way to fix it. All right, so we're going to do that. Put a little bit of water in here, a couple tablespoons at least, and you're going to put the top on here. That's going to steam these down very well, but it's going to keep your garlic, your onions, it's going to keep that from burning. So a little water, as I said, and if you've got more, then you're going to put, of course, a little more than a couple tablespoons, but I'm going to let this cook down. So, all right, top on. I'm going to move on to after the top's been on a while. All right, so I'm still letting it go for a little bit, and then, yeah, we'll come back. All right, they're done. So let's move to a different angle, and we're going to plate them. Or at least I'm going to show you how I plated them. All right, so I'm going to use this little serving dish. And the bacon is our garnish. Oh, I love that bacon on there. I'm telling you, that's so good. All right, we eat with our eyes first. You know that. If something looks good, we'll try it. A lot of times, if it doesn't look good, shh. We're not about to touch it. Like, honestly. So, all right. I'm going to pile as many as I can on here. Because I know I don't all the time show my plating processes, but this time, yeah. All right. Look at that. I'm telling y'all. This is so good. Y'all better go make this for real this time. Thanks for watching. See y'all next time. For more great recipes, tips, and ideas, check out some of my other videos.